Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3 of KJmanns Retro Reviews. I'm Sal the KJ Man, and we are going to review Defender 2 today. Now, Defender 2 is a kind of an overhaul of the original Defender 2 and Stargate. You're going to find out that this really isn't that great of a game. It looks kind of cool at first glance. The music is just not that great. A bunch of speed metal, badly done speed metal, basically. So, let's just kind of get right into it here. We're going to start with Defender, the original Defender here. Oh, great mouse trails, just what I always wanted to say. And this game is mouse-driven with partial keyboard control. So basically, the mouse moves and moves your character around, but then you gotta use the left shift key to fire. And one of the mouse buttons flips you around while the other one does the thrust. The upside is that you can hold down the shift key, to keep firing. You don't have to keep hammering on the key, at least, but it's still, as you can see, the control is just squirrely. It's really hard to do any kind of precise movement in this game. I can move around a little bit. Move around a little more here. Uh-oh, looks like we lost a humanoid. You just gotta kind of keep moving, otherwise you're just gonna die. And then basically you can't hardly hit anything because you can't control your guy. This is just not a well-written game. The sound effects are pretty bad too, actually. I'm not real impressed with them at all. Oh, come on. Okay, looks like I finished the level. And I rescued a certain number of humanoids, I guess. Okay, well, we're gonna... Come on, let's move on here. Oh, and right off the bat. Okay. I mean, the graphics don't look too bad. I mean, for what it is, it looks like they tried to do an upgrade and were rather, they were only partially successful in doing it. Oh, great. I mean, one of the best parts of the game here is the game over, sequence here. It looks kind of cool. So, let's get back to here. We'll try Defender 2 to see if it does any better. But if the controls are anything the same, it's going to be a pretty bad game. Okay, Defender 2. Okay, now, Defender 2 I never quite understood here, because there is... Oh, that's nice, right off the bat. There's really no humanoids to speak of here to save. There's nothing on the surface here. That's twice now. Apparently, you gotta start moving right away. Wow. Just squirrely control. I mean, the bad guys have the advantage because of that. I mean, you really can't control your ship. I mean, he just moves way too fast. Oh, good grief. Really? Wow, this is gotta be... Oh, that was nice. That has got to be one of the worst. Same game over sequence too. Okay, great. And sector code start. Oh, okay. You like I'd want to come back to this game. This is just badly written, badly done code, badly done gameplay routines. The playability of this game just is terrible. The sound effects were fair. The music stunk. It's very colorful, but that's about the only thing it's got going for it. I mean, this is a game I wouldn't even give. I'd give this 1.5 stars out of 5 because it's just so bad to play. Unfortunately, there's a lot of games like that came out back in the day. They were just quick and dirty. Let's get this game out on the market just so we can make a few bucks, and it led to the downfall of a lot of good game systems actually and computers. Unfortunately, this is no different than one of those. This is the type of game that ends up in the bargain bin. 3 or 4 weeks after it was initially released, and nobody buys them. Nobody bought this game, and if they did, they were sorely disappointed probably. So, like I said, 1.5 stars. I really can't say much about it. Just since this is kind of a short review, I am going to go into a little bit of the type of video adapter that I'm using to get the picture on the screen from the Amiga. I am using a HDMI adapter that I kind of overhauled. It's the Level Hike brand PlayStation 2 RGB video adapter that they make, and what I did was I just chopped the end off and attached soldered a 23-pin Amiga RGB connector to it, to the correct wires, and presto, you have HDMI for the Amiga with really no lag to speak of. I have a hard time telling any lag at all. I mean, and I love to play fast-paced games. So, just to give you kind of an idea, that's kind of what's going on here that I'm using, and I just thought I'd kill a little time with that. If you want to get one of these, they are readily available on Amazon. Level Hike still sells them, no problem, through Amazon. They're about $30, and you can spend a few bucks more and get yourself the 23-pin adapter. They sell those on eBay. You can find people that sell them on eBay, or you can take a 25-pin and sand off a couple of the pins and make it a 23-pin connector. That works just fine too. This is a really good setup, and it looks good. It transfers the sound really well. And if you need the wiring diagram, feel free to email me. I'm happy to take a little bit of information and give it to people for this, free of charge. I'm not gonna. I think this is something that any Amiga user would want. So, that being said, that's pretty much the end of this review. So, this is episode 3 of KJmanns Retro Reviews. I am Sal, the KJ Man, and everybody keep gaming.